A special YouTube channel representation over a special subscriber milestone. A special YouTube channel subscriber milestone representation. As one dare might say, it is worth the presentation. A special YouTube channel subscriber milestone representation. A special celebratory representation of subscriber presentations representing. Well, it gives me great pleasure in announcing this and making this representation video that recently my good friend Graham the Baron Hesketh, just to say, and this is obviously, before we go further and deeper into the video, this is another special channel representation, and it gives me real great pleasure in announcing, as of April 2024, my good friend Graham the Baron Hesketh, his YouTube channel, his wonderful, wonderful YouTube channel, hit the 9.5k subscriber milestone. What an achievement! Oh, aye, yes, well done, Graham! Oh, yes, well done! We commend you and applaud you for your wonderful milestone, for sure! Sorry about the edit. There was a little silly edit going on. Oh, damn edit. What the hell? No, sorry for the Brian Blessed impression. Ooh, I love Brian Blessed. What is this doing? No Brian Blessed. No Brian Blessed impressions. Let's get serious. Let's get back now to the representation of representing Graham's recent subscriber milestone. Sorry about the cut, because I had to change the camera battery, which I've got getting it charged up now. But yes, this is as truth has things. Graham his channel hit the 9.5k subscriber milestone. This is quite as truth has things. You know, I noticed he hit the 9.5k subscriber milestone on the 19th of April 2024, and I really hope his subscription count continually goes up. I really do. And I truly believe he's going to hit. I have every confidence, every positive set of confidence, he's going to achieve another 500 more subscribers before the end of 2024. And I really do hope he gets there, because Graham deserves it. I certainly do truly conceivably believe he deserves to reach, end up within his strong reaching grasp to reach the 10k subscriber milestone. Of course, I think he certainly deserves it. He's got a fantastic community. Well, both he and Fiona have a fantastic community, And there's always the moving story I've got, which is always going to have a positive impact on me, this story, Just to say, I mean, none of the friends I've got now who came over to my content from Graham and Fiona's and Trevor's content as well, none of them, including Fiona or Trevor, I mean, this was at the early days when Graham found out about me, because he found out about me, you see. I think lots of you already know this by now. None of them knew about me when I heard the revelation. I don't think any of them heard about me. It was just Graham one day was looking up videos of Brighton, and he just inadvertently found my content, gave it a watch, and then he commented, and I conversed briefly with him and all that. And later on, it just became a bonding friendship with him, with him very kindly and generously taking me under his wing from time to time, issuing out helpfully useful and handy advice and all that, which I've always appreciated deeply and enormously largely, I must say. You know, which I'm all, no really, and it means a lot whenever I've received it. And then it was within a few months later, I ended up viewing his content. It was a live stream. And my, what an evening that was. An evening I can never in a lifetime forget. A wonderful long live stream where I made some wonderful new friends. Like almost immediately. I could never have expected it would happen. I mean, all I really initially, it was by accident. I never said anything rude. I just said, I think I said something in empathised sympathy towards one of his and Fiona's long-time followers. I said it to both, only one of them responded. Obviously, because, I don't blame why one didn't initially respond straight away because of how fast the comment section was going. She did tell me. And I was like, don't worry, it's all right, I understand you and all that. But she's my friend, and we both love and cherish our friendship, just to say, because she eventually came over to my content, and little did I expect that. I would have thought she'd initially think of me as just another person, but when we began to bond later on, I was like, oh, this is really going to be a full-on good friendship, that's for sure. But the one who did respond, she responded, and then I said a few things, and before long, it was just boom. It was a full-on bonding friendship we had, and it was on Graham's channel, the live stream. I don't know if it's visibly able to watch now, because I have sometimes looked back and it's not there now, but never mind. I'm sure it's either privatised or deleted. I don't know, but I wouldn't criticise Graham if he wanted to privatise it or not. When I first made my debut appearance on his channel, be that on a live stream he did on the boat in Gibraltar one Friday evening. It was on the Friday evening hours of the 1st of September 2023. This lady, who I really just went full-on bonding with, who I bonded with in a great blown scale. I said a few things that just purely by accident, it just became a full-on bonding scale. No, but please, I'm very proud of the accident. I'm very happy with the accident, because the accident came at the cost of now a very close friendship with a very nice special lady. This lady needs no introduction. Her name is Tony, this lady. Tony Stark, who's, oh my goodness, what a lovely oaky lady she is. Although one could sadly feel sorry for the poor lady. I'm not going to say why, even though she did tell me the troubles she has. I would not want to say it on the content because I wouldn't want to ruin the reputation of Graham's and Fiona's content or the landscape of it. I really wouldn't. And I wouldn't want to make a bad name for their content if I said any of it. I really wouldn't. No, but much to my surprise, and it's always so visibly moving and very lovely when she says this to me. She said to me quite a great few times now that it's her dream to come over to the United Kingdom, and it has been for a great many years of her life. But and then she ended up saying, if I'm over in the UK, I'd want to meet you there. Honestly, it was so lovely of Tony to have said this. It really was. You know. Oh, really, it was. And I'm happy we began to bond eventually, but it wasn't until later into the live stream we began bonding. I was initially aiming to just bond with Graham and Fiona, or what Graham had to say and all that. But I eventually began to bond with a few others before I began to bond and converse with Tony. I had some conversations, and I did. It wasn't It was a little while, but it went on a fairly long time. I had a conversation with a lovely Scottish lady called Rosie, and we were talking about a few things, and then we found that myself and her dearly loved husband loved classic cars, and I was like, oh my goodness. I said, well, I think myself and your husband are going to get along very well. And she said, hubby waved across the room to you. The sorts of things and all. I said, well, my lovely Rosie, I shall be thinking of you when I go to the Worthing Minis by the Sea event. It was just a few short days before the Worthing Minis by the Sea event, just to say. And I took some videos of the event. It's set in about 3 parts. 3 parts and a few imagery slideshow videos, and it was actually quite a great view of quite a great many of the friends and the followers / subscribers came over from Graham and Fiona's content, actually viewed the videos. Even Rosie watched them too, and she, and I think she was quite taken by the footage. And I also did a few community postages. A community postage or 2 of me, with me sitting inside a small classic Mini, even though it was difficult to get in and out of the small classic Mini because of my height and weight. Because I'm not talking modern day, I'm talking about the small classic old-fashioned Mini. That is quite low down and tricky to get in and out. And all that. I've got about 2 community postages I did, but those were back in September. I think Tony viewed the 2 postages. One of them, she was like, oh, handsome picture. I was like, oh, thank you, and all that. Fewer people think of me as handsome now these days, following my weight gain, but quite a great many of the subscribers from Graham and Fiona's content think of me as handsome. That's very lovely, very nice. No, I take the compliment very much. I'm never bothered either way whether people think of me as handsome or not. I think maybe I did think of myself as handsome when I was 9 stone 4 pounds or 59 kilos in weight, but since my weight gain to 11 stone, or 70 kilos that is, or 154 pounds in the American neck of the woods, fewer people considered me to be handsome. But, it doesn't bother me either way the older I got, I don't think I would have been bothered even when I was younger, just to say. So, since that live stream, that very live stream, back in September of 2023, I did actually explain to Tony once what I looked like before she eventually saw what I looked like, and she was like, oof, I bet you were handsome, and eventually thought of me as handsome. It was funny, but it was lovely though. But since that live stream, it led to a huge transformational life change for me, with a positive side effect to have come alongside it too. A few people from the live stream immediately went over to my content when Graham recommended it to me, and I didn't even expect him to recommend my content once I came to that live stream. It came also, and then a few short days later, I never expected this. Never did I expect it. But really, I was really very happy and moved visibly, and it really enormously thankful and grateful largely towards Fiona, because I didn't know she had a channel up until September 2023. She represented my content, and then there was a huge boost of increase, a great big boost of increase of subscribers on my content, much to my very surprise. And then she ended up recommending me to Trevor Colt, and then that's how I found out about Trevor, through Graham and Fiona. And then he represented my content in one of his daily rants videos, and then that just gave another boost to my subscriber milestone. But I never expected any of this to happen after going onto that live stream, And honestly, and now I've got quite a great few, or a great many, who view my content regularly. And and many of them say some of the greatest and loveliest things to me, and it means a lot. It really does. You know, I mean, had I not gone onto the live stream, I never would have made friends with wonderful. Have I never encountered Graham and Fiona's content? I never would have made friends with people like, you know, Tony, Mary, Sandra, Patricia, Rosie, Susan. That's Susan Reich I'm referring to. Or let's just say Susan R. Michelle P, that's Michelle Pope, who I was once on a live stream with, the wonderful, delightful lady she is. And when I said she was a wonderful, delightful lady from that February live that aired on Fiona's channel, I really meant that. She is a wonderful, delightful lady. I mean that 100%. Elaine Williams, I didn't encounter Elaine till about a month or two later from following the September live stream, and I wouldn't have made friends with people like Caroline Allen. I encountered Caroline 4 weeks after I first encountered Graham and Fiona's content. Well, I first went on a live stream within their content. It was 4 weeks I first initially encountered Caroline Allen herself, but then it was about a month or two later I encountered her again, and eventually we began to bond relatively deeply. And then before my very eyes, the lovely Caroline eventually came over to my content. I never expected this. And then she saw me do the live with Trevor, which we did in February 2024, but it's not visible at the moment, but never mind, you know. You know, no, she's a wonderful lady. She's from Canada. She lives in Canada, by the way. I'd said before, which is where, well, you already know who it is. I know all of you know because I said it in Fiona's video. If I say it again, lovely Heather, my friend, lives over in Canada. I think you already know this by now. You know, and who's next? Oh, the lovely Rosie, that's the Scottish Rosie I'm referring to. It wouldn't have been her. And of course there wouldn't have been lovely Katrin, who's from Iceland, by the way. Well, that's where she lives, you know, Iceland. And other wonderful, notable friends. You know, they include several other wonderful people, like Susan Elkin, Susan Meyer, M-U-I-R, or Lindsay Curry. Oh, she's lovely, Lindsay. I remember her from the September live stream, but we didn't initially bond together. She's the one who said she had brown hair, green eyes. I was like, oh gosh, that goes very well. And she did eventually see my content. And then I remember and I saw her on a live stream and she said, hi, handsome Foxy. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even think she'd think that of me. I said, well, thank you, Lindsay. And then I said, very few people think of me as handsome now these days. And she was like, if people don't think of you as handsome, they don't deserve to have you as a friend. I was like, Lindsay, I'm not bothered either way. Come along now. No, but she's lovely, Lindsay. I love her as a good friend, you know. No, I love all of my friends through Graham and Fiona. No, really, I do. They are the greatest friends I could have ever asked for, particularly the 11 notable friends, and there wouldn't have been lovely Lisa from the United States of America, or Jamba. And then there's another Michelle who's originally from Lancashire. And there wouldn't have been a Patricia whose husband is French, and she's a Scots lady. Well, there are two Scots ladies of Patricia, a Patricia who lives over in Scotland, and a Patricia, I don't think she's in Scotland, I think she lives in France, something like that. And there wouldn't have been a Rhea Snakespeare, or a Marcia Toms, or further down the line, there wouldn't have been a Sally Ann Loveday, who's a Welsh lady, and she's lovely. She's a lovely lady. She's a grandmother, but she's also quite funny and silly in some bits and pieces, because I actually spoke to her about my chest infection ordeal and the 4 pound temporary weight loss it led to. But I did obviously eventually regain the 4 pounds. And then she had an illness, and she said, I think she said she lost about 2 stone, something like that. I was like, oh no. But then when I saw the revelation of her weight, I was like, oh my goodness. No, I never meant to troll her when I said that. But I think she took it as a joke, but I would never meant to troll her. I only just said my opinion. No, Sally, if you are watching, I didn't mean to insult you about your weight. I really didn't. I think had Mary and Glenn seen that, she probably would have said to me, no, Foxy, let's leave the jokes about one's weight alone, please, and please don't upset Sally. You'll make her feel self-conscious. Sorry, Sally. Yes, Mary. Anything you say, anything you and Glenn say. Yes, no, but we do. I do love and cherish the friendship I have with Sally, who's based over in Wales, like that of Michelle. The Michelle who was on the live with me when Graham and Fiona were hosting it back in February of 2024. And there wouldn't have been a Christine Seacup or a Maggie P. Maggie P from, I think, Delaware is where she's located. And there wouldn't have been a Heather Arredondo or a Heather Tenley, and then there's Deborah Coleman. There wouldn't have been a Deborah Coleman. Certainly wouldn't have been a Deborah Coleman, and there wouldn't have been a Susan Cullum. There wouldn't have been a Mandy and Kev. And there wouldn't have been a Maureen Howard or a Maureen Ingleston or an Elaine Ward, and there certainly wouldn't have been a Carla. I initially found out about Carla through Trevor, but I think later on down the line it was Carla. And there wouldn't have been a lovely lady who has a wonderful Maine Coon cat called Teddy. I never would have encountered her had I not gone over to Graham and Fiona's content. And, there wouldn't have so many wonderful new friends to list out. I'm probably going to be here all night talking about it. No, but I've made so many wonderful new friends. Oh, Karen McCarthy. There wouldn't have been a Karen McCarthy or a Jodie. There wouldn't have been a Jodie had I never encountered Graham and Fiona. Honestly, had I never gone onto that live stream, or had I not done the live stream, I truly believe I never would have encountered, either very shortly after the live stream or within months after that very live stream, I'm sure I would never have encountered any of my wonderful new friends. I'm sure I would never have encountered them, had an acquainted friendship with them later down the line. And I've been friends with them for 2 people and 2 people only, because of Graham and Fiona. Honestly, and I couldn't be more thankful to both of them. But one of the greatest things about Graham, he represents some fantastic content, goes to talking about his time in the army, what to expect and all that what to expect when you're there, and that training it could be entailing, or the type of transport you may need to drive if you're out on an army mission, or if you're fighting and all that, or on army patrol within certain areas, or going up and down different places and all that, or even abroad, or air rifle stuff, or flight simulator, all various different things, or even talking or representing other people, he's he represents the content in the best way it should be represented, in the way Fiona does it, with a great straight focus, and a great explanatory of representation, so really And sometimes he does a walk video and all that. And there was this video he did in about January of 2024 where he took a walk somewhere in Gibraltar, and it took me back to the day when I used to do those walks with my wonderful Edmund, my wonderful late grandfather Edmund, you know. You know, so the content Graham provides, you know, to all of us, and certainly and especially when he's representing a live stream, either on his own or with Fiona, you know, it's just one of the greatest set of contents I could have ever encountered. But don't get me wrong, I still enjoy other content, like the rail enthusiast content. I still view that whenever I can, and I view Graham and Fiona whenever I can, and Trevor too. Even if I view their content on a weekly basis or so, I still try and view the rail enthusiast content too at the same time, as well as the Nix and Potato content, and of course my best friend David's content, or Dave Bryan's content, whenever I can, you know. You know, so yes. One of the, you know, I didn't mean to cry. I nearly cried because of the visibly moving impact the first live stream had on me, because of the people who I conversed with, and obviously was always great. It's always wonderful to converse with Graham, it really is. And when I saw the live, I just realised that it is a fantastic community, and every one of us has strong support for Graham and Fiona. And when seeing this, and not just for Graham and Fiona, but the strong support, they have strong support for any of their new friends, no matter how new or how long they've been on the content. And say you have a conversed conversation with them, or you say agree to a certain point with them, or say, well, I agree to your point, you know, that, this, that, and all that, or say, oh goodness, and all that. Sometimes some would respond, I mean, not always, but it just depended on how fast the comments went. But some of the people, if they responded to you, sometimes it could just turn on to full-on bonding. You know, it was, I mean, oh my goodness, I mean, I'd had little expectation this would happen, but there we are, it happened. Yeah, that had a visibly moving impact on me, because I love to have conversed conversations with new people and all that. And I love making friends wherever I go, I really do. Never in a lifetime would I cap a limit on the number of friends I have. I would never, never, never do that. I love having a lot of friends, I really do. And no matter how many subscribers Graham has, or anyone that comes on, new or old, I think it always satisfies, I don't think it would ever bother him, but I think he'd just be satisfied in his own way. But I'm not trying to spread misinformation, I'm just trying to say, I'm only trying to represent something. I wasn't trying to represent misinformation on that matter, you know. And other good content Graham sometimes provides is sometimes content of his and Fiona's cat, you know. And obviously, and Graham was put through the mill last year, I mean, with the cancer ordeal. And once I learned about it and began to view his content, I just stood beside him every step of the way, and hoped and prayed and hoped, alongside everybody else, that he'd have a good, speedy recovery. Which he did. He undertook the operation in the London hospital. He eventually, I think he's more or less made his recovery now, I would think, because he's up and about and doing pretty well right now, and all that. So, he looks happy and content and healthy. That's how I'd say it. But when those trolls claimed he never had cancer, that just got me into a fit of enragement. He never deserved to have any of that nonsense thrown at him, but I recovered from it eventually, from my vented fit of rage from that. Vented fit of rage in a full scale of enragement. You know, so yes. What I can say, Graham, is that we appreciate you, and I certainly appreciate yourself and Fiona. All of us appreciate both of you and cherish the friendship we have with you most sincerely indeed. Oh yes, I think I was going to... There are other people I was missing out. I'll mention those last few, and then that'll be the end of the representation. You know, the other people, had it not been for Graham and Fiona, had I not gone on the live later, either shortly after or months later down the line after the live stream, there wouldn't have been people like John Rees. John Rees. There wouldn't have been people like him, or Sapper. There definitely would not. I would never have encountered Sapper had I not gone on that live stream. No, I really wouldn't have. As they're both very good, wonderful friends, and they're fantastic. I would say that for sure. Oh yes, for sure. Or Ginger. There wouldn't have been a lovely Ginger. Ginger Grazius. There wouldn't have been her either. Yes, that much more could be said. Or a Christine Ince, you know, or an Emily Fox. Emily from Austria, that is. Or there wouldn't have been a Carol Casey or a Carol Tapia. Or an Avis Smith later down the line. There really wouldn't, had I never gone on the live stream. I truly believe I never would have encountered those wonderful friends of mine had it not been for the live stream. But I'm extremely happy I've got those wonderful new friends of mine in my lifetime. And I remember, or Julia in Australia. And I have been speaking to my mother about my wonderful new friends in recent days, and she said to me, well, you've found your people, haven't you? I think I have found my people. I really, really do think so indeed. That much more could be said. But thanks everybody indeed for watching. And I would certainly recommend watching Graham's content. Honestly, it's brilliant, and I think some of you would be quite taken with some of the things he could talk about. I mean, in the way it's explained and all that, it's brilliant, excellent. That much more I could certainly say. And I wanted to say thank you, Graham, for all the content you provide and all the representations you do, not only for myself, if I'd ever encountered a live stream, but thank you for recently representing David, my best friend, and always standing up in support towards Trevor and all the other friends of yours and other YouTubers and friends yourself and Fiona are closely associated with. I really do want to thank you for that, and standing up for what's right, very passionately and righteously, you know, and bluntly, strongly. So I would say an utter thanks to you for it, and all your commitments, and all that you do with representing your content and representing all of us who follow it, and all the good greatness and all the niceness yourself and Fiona do for us all, and especially when it comes to having conversations, when it comes to a live stream time and all that. So thank you always. And thanks everybody indeed for watching. The link to Graham's channel will be found in the description below. And thanks Graham and Fiona if you had watched this. We appreciate you, and I certainly appreciate you most sincerely. And I'm really happy that the eventual discovery led to me eventually viewing your content and all the friends I've made through yours and Fiona's content. Thanks all for watching, and well done and congratulations, Graham, on your 9.5k subscriber milestone. Well done for all the new ones who have helped Graham get this far, as he deserves it. And let's hopefully get him as far as and as high as getting to the 10k subscriber milestone later into the year. Thanks all for watching, and ta-ta another time. Here is to Graham's subscriber milestone, and many more to come. The next representation, well, I'm looking forward to when he gets to 10k subscribers. I'm now excited for him. When it comes to 10k subscriber milestone, it will warrant a 10k subscribers special. I certainly think so, but we shall see what Graham and Fiona decide when it comes when it gets to the point of reaching the 10k subscriber milestone. We shall see. Thanks for watching. All good night, and may your God go with you, as Graham would say. Or thanks all for watching, and stay safe everybody, as what Trevor would say. Sorry Trevor for taking the mic. And thanks everybody for watching this, and another time all.